In July 2019, a shocking photo started spreading across social media. People thought, this is fake, this is not real, because they couldn't believe this something horrible and so terrible happened to someone. But unfortunately, it was true. And the girl in the photo was a 17-year-old called Bianca Devins. And the person who shared this photo was a guy who just killed her. Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. I'm Sepid Crime, you can call me Sepide. Today we are diving into one of the most disturbing true crime cases, which is connected to online relationships, social media, and obsession. So let's get into it. So who is Bianca? Bianca was born on October 2nd, 2001 in Utica, New York. People said that she was a creative teenager and she loved art, music, photography, and like people at her age, she spent a lot of time in social media and she had a lot of friends. She also wanted to share her positive energies and wanted to people accept themselves. But in that other part of her life, she was struggling with mental health problems right beside those really cute and pinky lifestyle that she was sharing about herself. And also it's really relatable when you want to talk to someone who kind of wants to relate with you and, you know, kind of receive sympathy and support with your friend. But sadly, she didn't know that one of those friends would completely change her life. And that person was Brandon Andrew Clark. Brandon was 21. He was living about an hour from Bianca, and the two of them met on Instagram in May 2019, just 2 months before her death. At first, it seemed like normal. They're just normal friends talking to each other like normal friends, human being, okay? And then after that, they started to going out, hanging out with each other. People thought, are you guys dating? Because the way you're dating with each other, it's kind of like you're in a relationship. And Bianca was just like, no, we are just friends. Just stop that. So here's one thing. Though Bianca was really confident and clear about what she wanted exactly for her life, and she was saying to Brandon that I'm not looking for any relationships and I'm not looking for anything serious, just no exclusively, just friendships. And Brandon said, I'm okay with that, but I guess it wasn't for once that he said I'm okay with that. He always says I'm okay with that. But actually he wanted to be in a relationship with Bianca. So after they getting closer, Bianca decided to introduce Brandon to her family, her mom, her grandparents, and when they met Brandon, they were just like, he's kind of like a goofy person, awkward, nice, kind, awkward guy, and they thought that he wasn't the type of guy who would ever suspect of anything. But behind that nice guy, something else was building. At graduation party, Brandon and Bianca was there, and Brandon started to make a rumor that, yeah, Bianca is my girlfriend. And Bianca had to correct him every single time. Everybody that were talking about it, she was just like, I mean, it's just a funny joke, okay? We're just friends. I mean, it's not real. I mean, we're not in relationships. Come on. We are just friends. Brandon, stop that. He's just making jokes. Come on. They're just small moments, right? But looking back, it says a lot. Because the truth is, Brandon wasn't just a kind of friend who happened to like her. He was just becoming obsessed with her. Bianca really wanted to have a real night after her graduation high school. So she told her mom that, hey mom, I'm going to a concert with Brandon. And her mom said, okay, that's fine, that's cool. And she got worried. I mean, why would she? She's going out with Brandon, who is more truthful than Brandon. But nobody could have guessed that this concert was the last night of Bianca's life. On July 13, 2019, Bianca and Brandon went to a concert in Queens, New York. And I want to add something. There was a third person with them that night, and the person's name was Alex. So if you see that footage, you will see, yeah, they're having some fun, they're like goofing around, they're just hanging around. It's just like a normal concert, music, dancing, having fun. But at some point, Bianca and Alex kissed. It's normal, right? Two people like each other and they can kiss. It's fair enough. But for Brandon, it wasn't. Do you know why? Yes, I know why, and you know why. After the concert, Brandon dropped Alex off, and Brandon and Bianca started a long drive back home in Utica. It was about 4 hours, and Bianca was so tired, she just fell asleep in the back seat. But at some point, Brandon just pulled out on a quiet, dead-end street. Do you think what he did? He woke her up and asked about kiss. Bianca was half asleep and confused, and she saw they were on dead-end street, and she was just like, Brandon, we just kissed, okay? But I'm sorry. Yeah, she apologized. We don't know she apologized, but we can think that, yeah, maybe she did. But this wasn't the answer that Brandon wanted to hear. He got aggressive, he got angry, and he slapped her. Yeah. And when Bianca saw this reaction, wanted to get out of the car from the back seat. But Brandon stopped her. What happened next is almost impossible to say out loud. Brandon had brought a knife with him, hidden in the car ahead of time. This wasn't a moment of sudden anger. It was planned. He killed Bianca on dead-end street. And then, after that, instead of running, instead of hiding what he'd done, do you know what he did? Just think about it. He pulled out his phone, he took a photo of her dead body, and he started posting that photo on social media. The first place that he posted was on Discord and then Instagram, and her caption was, "I'm sorry, Bianca." He'd already posted a photo earlier that night of a highway. Write a caption, "Here becomes a hell. It's redemption." If you see that, if you see this note, if you see this kind of creepy caption, you would realize that this was a completely planning thing that he was about to do. Investigators later found a checklist on his phone, a literal to-do list, set up a speaker, bring a rope, pick a last song. He also searched online days later for things like how to find the carotid artery and how to choke someone. This wasn't a crime of passion, as you can see. It was premeditated. It was staged and filmed. At the scene, police found a Bluetooth speaker playing a song on repeat over and over again. And on the ground, there was a line which was spray printed. It was saying that, "May you never forget me." And it was the line from a dark manga which Brandon and Bianca used to read that together. Actually you can see that Brandon was thinking that he was an anime character and he just planned a stage. And poor Bianca was the one who paid for it. It's kind of impossible to find a body on a quiet, dark, dead-end street, after 6-7 hours. Or I can say less than 24 hours, okay? But her body was found so much earlier. And do you think why? Do you think why? Because Brandon called 911 himself. Yeah, and he said that, "I want to do a murder-suicide thing." Do you know what it is? It means that I killed her and I'm about to kill myself. So hurry up. So police found him, which they have never found him. But Bianca's body is important. When police officer found him, they saw him on the ground with a knife, and police were trying to distract him because the knife and the way they approach him, he slit his throat a little bit. Yes, because he wanted to try to end his life too. He wasn't. I mean, in my opinion, it was a period of time, right? Like 15 minutes, 20 minutes before police officers arrive, right? And he would have done that, right? But after he saw, oh my God, the police officers come and I'm about to slit my throat as I'm trying to kill myself. Because why? He wanted to say that I'm crazy because the court thing. You know about that. And we are going to discuss. He didn't succeed. He survived. But Bianca didn't. Now here's where this case turns into something even bigger than one murder. Because do you guys remember the photos that he posted? They didn't stay in one place. They were everywhere on social media. On Instagram, on Discord, on 4chan, on Twitter, every place. And the reaction from people on online, that wasn't what we'd hoped for. Some thought it was fake. Gore posted to shock people, which honestly happens more than you think in someone on these online spaces. But a lot of people knew exactly what they were looking at, and they shared it anyway. Some people made memes about Bianca's body, Bianca's death, and some people tagged her Instagram account because they wanted to get revealed on her family and her friends' feed and get viral. And some people send a lot of images to her mother over and over again. Bianca's family called this a form of psychological terrorism. Her sister said that before I fall asleep, those images just comes into my mind and I cannot sleep. And right after 2 years, people were still sending them her photos. At the same time, other people were just trying to fight back, flooding hashtags with pink clouds and hearts and fan arts of Bianca. Just bury those terrible photos under something kinder. Meanwhile, investigators were piecing together exactly what happened. They went through Brandon's phone and found the murder video. They found the to-do list, the search, the planning. They also discovered something disturbing. They found that the people in the incel community celebrated what Brandon did. And after that, Bianca's friends and family were so afraid to leave their homes. It was very clear, very obvious that this wasn't about just a murder case about obsessive men. It was about how cruelty online things can go. Behind these family members, behind this girl, behind this person, there is a life behind those screens. There was a real person. Okay, let's go to the court, shall we? After 2 weeks, Brandon appeared in the court for the first time. And despite he filmed everything, he shared everything, he pleaded not guilty. Yeah, his trial was set for April 2020. But before this trial started, Brandon changed his plea to guilty. His trial was set for April 2020. And before his trial, he changed his plea to guilty. And in the court, he said, I know the sorry isn't enough. I know I won't change everything I did. Shut up. And it turns out, me, you, and Bianca's mom were right. We shouldn't believe him. Because 5 months later, Brandon tried to withdraw his guilty plea. He blamed his own lawyer, claiming he hadn't met him enough. Do you know what happened next? His lawyer was just like, he lies to me too. He testified that I met my client, which is Brandon, 15 times in prison. And I told him just go to the court, not to plead guilty. Not about these things. I just said go to that court. I want to say something else. The judge didn't buy Brandon's story, so that story was just denied. Thank God. On March 16, 2021, almost 2 years after the murder, Brandon Clark was just brought in for sentencing. There was Bianca's mom and her grandfather. And her grandfather told him directly, for the callous act in which you posted pictures of her murdered body on social media to gratify your own selfish purposes, you, Brandon, deserve to spend the rest of your life in prison. Brandon was just begging, was just apologizing again, over and over again in the court, that what I did is not taking Bianca's back, but I am so sorry. But at this point, no one believed him again. After this course, Brandon was just writing letters for his friends and bragging about the murder. In the end, he received his maximum sentence, which was 25 years to life. He's currently in prison and he won't be eligible for parole until 2046. He will be in his late 40s. I mean, it's so much lower and less than you think. But because of that, Bianca's parents just didn't just stay quiet after sentencing. They turned their grief into action. They hired and worked with lawmakers, and in 2022, Bianca's law officially went into effect in New York, making it illegal to post graphic images of crime victims online without consent. There is also scholarship with her name now, supporting students who want to help others with mental health problems. That is the exact field that Bianca wanted to study for it. What we realized about Bianca Devins' story, that this wasn't just about obsessive and really dangerous men. It was way more bigger than that. The way social media can change everything, can pressure the whole family, her soul actually, and how people can be so cruel just about a dead person. What we can notice about Bianca Devins' story, that this wasn't about an obsessive, angry, aggressive man. It was about how social media can turn this crime, can turn this really so sad story, so about just a murder, about a real person, into a joke, into a content, into a meme. This is not a joke. Around this world, in one spot of this world, there is a real person. There was a real person who was living, who was trying to change his life. Bianca's family said over and over again that they don't want Bianca to be remembered as her photos. They wanted her to be remembered as her art, her kind and caring heart. So yeah, I want you guys, same as me and same as her family and other people in the world, remember her for her humor, for her positive things, not those, I don't want to say that. So that's how I want to end this video. This was Bianca Devins' story. What do you think? Let me see your comments down below and your opinion and the theory that you've had and you have right now. And if you want these cases like this and you have in your mind, just comment down below and we will discuss it later in the next video. See you next time.